Collar Whiskey Drinkers. I'm Cody.
I'm Robbie.
And this is our episode for, it's called What's Your Whiskey? And it's our guest episode this week. And I wanted to introduce Kelsey here.
Hi, I'm Kelsey.
Tell us a little bit
Hello,
about
Kelsey.
yourself, Kelsey.
Cody's girlfriend. We've been together like 7 years. Before we dated, I enjoyed whiskey a little bit, but once me and Cody started dating, he got into his whiskey. I definitely jumped on board with that and tried all the stuff that he had. So got to kind of expand my palate with that. I have a culinary background, so that kind of helps with the tasting notes that I get a little bit differently than Cody does. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
I'm actually curious. Like, I'm
Yeah,
interested
very
to hear this
excited.
tonight.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I bake, I work in an office, so not always blue collar, but I still get in the kitchen and
Yeah, white.
do all that work sometimes.
What do you
And
call
also-
it? White collar?
White collars in the
Yeah.
office.
but
yeah.
she also helps out around the house when you're
Oh, yeah.
doing your
Oh, yeah.
big ass projects.
Yeah, actually, we've been painting and
Yeah.
the
Painting
exterior of the
outside
house. So.
house.
So Kelsey, do you remember the first whiskey you had? You know what it was by any chance? Just curious.
Probably a cheap plastic bottle, to be honest with you.
probably like that benchmark I had in the closet for
Yeah,
like
it-
months.
It wasn't a good one,
It was-
but I remember when me and Cody first started dating, he loves Crown, so that's what we'd always have.
Mhm.
Drink
Yes.
whiskey, play video games, and
The
yeah.
video
Grand Theft
games and drinking
Auto,
whiskey,
yeah.
right, Robbie?
But see, Crown is still good classic.
It's-
Cody and I
it's
found that
good.
out. Like
Yeah.
it just makes a great Crown and Coke. Period.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Just-
yeah.
And it's a smooth whiskey, but
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
need to review that one. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. We'll do that one soon. But tell us why. So Kelsey chose George Dickel Rye
Yeah.
Whiskey, and so why
there's
did
the
you
bottle.
why did you end up choosing this bottle, Kelsey?
So I chose George Dickel. I really wanted to do the George Dickel and Bond. It's a 2005, but it was really hard to find. But I chose this brand because the distiller and general manager is actually a female. One of the few female distillers that there are in the United States. Her name is Nicole Austin. And within her first year, she won Whiskey of the Year with her bottle and bond, the 2005. They did another one in 2008, and that one won some awards.
Yeah.
She's made a lot of different kind of beer styled whiskeys that are super hard to find, but so I know we did a rye a few weeks ago, you guys did, and
Yeah.
decided to stick with
Yeah.
that name.
I actually read about it, and I was just reading about it. Made me excited because
Yeah.
I feel like I've again never had this whiskey, this brand,
This brand,
George
yeah.
Dickel, before. So,
Yeah.
but reading
Yeah, I've
about
never
it,
had any of
reading about some of the things that are in the article, and I was excited. I was like, wow, I'm excited to try this now. So,
Yeah, I actually found a cool fact while I was looking at their website about corks. I know there's a little mishap on one of the corks that you guys had, that Cody had. The cork actually broke
Oh, yeah.
off.
yeah,
Yeah.
we edited that out.
Yeah,
you know,
it didn't actually happen, but so,
What whiskey was that on?
that was the High West.
Hi West.
The cork,
High West. That's
the cork broke
right.
off right when I went to pull it off. The whole thing broke
Yeah.
off and was in the. I had to get a wine opener because
Yeah.
it was stuck
Yeah.
in there.
To get the rest of it.
But
Yeah.
that's because the cork dried out, and this is kind of the fact that
Yeah, so
Kelsey
the
was going to
fact
say.
is whether you should have your bottle standing up or laying sideways. And when they're standing up, they experience a lot of evaporation, which I don't know if you've heard the angel share. The evaporation goes up, and that's the angel share. So what George Dickel suggests is anything that hasn't been opened and that you haven't used yet, you keep on its side because it keeps the cork moist and it prevents it from breaking or drying out.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if a cork cracks, it's probably just been on the shelf for a little too long and hasn't been moist for a while. So
I should
Yeah.
probably do that with some of my whiskeys I got.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Just have them laying over.
Yeah.
I know.
something
Um,
like
Yeah, put them on.
Yeah,
its side.
that is a cool fact.
Yeah.
It's a bummer when the
Yeah,
cork breaks.
I
Plus-
never
plus you-
thought about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
It's like common sense, but it's not something that
yeah,
you
yeah.
think of because who does
Oh.
that?
right.
Well, thank you.
No,
for
that's a
that.
cool
That's-
fact.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I like that. So I guess I'll kind of start getting into some of the details about the bottle. So George Dickel was established in 1870, from what I've read, and they distill it at the distillery in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, Cascade Hollow, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I cannot pronounce the origin of the company. It's like
Tullahoma.
Tullahoma,
Yeah, Tullahoma.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Oklahoma.
Sorry, everyone from Tullahoma, Tennessee. I was trying to pronounce that earlier. I could. And so the bottle is aged 5 years, from what I read. So that's a decent amount.
Yeah,
that's,
no,
that's
that's a
right in the
good
middle of the kind of ranges we've seen.
Yeah.
It's a rye whiskey. It's 45% alcohol, and the price point on this for me in California was about 22 plus tax, so $22 plus tax. So it's
Okay.
really a reasonably priced bottle,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah. So
No, that mine's only $26.99, so plus tax. Actually, no. I don't know why I keep thinking it said 99. It's like 26 and it's a weird number, like 58. It's right in the middle. I'm like, okay. So, but yeah. So basically just $26, $27 right in there plus tax.
Yeah.
Out here in Northwest Arkansas. And the only thing I could think of, we keep talking about it, is the Arkansas sales tax when it comes to alcohol.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, pretty much every whiskey we've found is a little bit cheaper in California than
There's only been
Arkansas.
one or two that we found that's cheaper.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. So far.
Yeah.
But there was some kind of cool facts on the bottle. The chilled filter, right, Robbie?
Yeah. So this is one of the only whiskeys that does a chilled filter, which is they filter it through charcoal and what was the other, maple?
Yeah, it's
Sugar
maple charcoal.
Yeah.
Filtration. So basically, back when George started making his whiskey, he found his whiskeys in the winter would be smoother.
Okay.
So after finding that out, that process has been adopted over to today, or continued today.
Yeah.
And they chill their whiskey before they filter it, which I thought was really cool to find out. So I'm actually hearing that they do it because he found it smoother. How smooth is this whiskey now? Like, I'm really curious, after reading that.
From what I've read, it's really smooth for a rye. So it might be like Lead Slinger. I mean, Lead Slinger last week was super smooth.
Oh yeah. And so Dylan had a rye whiskey. Gosh, I can't remember the name, but it was just so smooth. And we had a whiskey Uncle Nearest right after that. And it was like, wow, that rye whiskey he got. And he was talking about it. He's like, this is probably one of my new favorite whiskeys.
Yeah.
He was like, it's just super smooth. And we tried the Uncle Nearest and it was like, Uncle Nearest is great. And it was just like, went down a little bit harsher. It was weird.
Yeah.
And I love Uncle Nearest. That's one of my favorite whiskeys out there.
Uncle Nearest is a great whiskey too. I
So,
know we keep talking about it. We got to do that one soon.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan's claimed it. So we were actually looking up drinks on that one tonight, since
I'm sure there's some good ones.
We were talking about George Dickel at the winery, and we're looking up some of the other drinks on there. And so Kelsey, real quick before we get to it, do you want to tell them the drink we're making with this tonight?
Yeah, we're making the Cascade Hollow Punch, right?
Yes.
And that is what she chose.
And that's what I chose. It's got fresh raspberries, some mints, a homemade ginger syrup.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that. It's got a lot of good. It'll taste good with everything. It's like all those flavors together are really good. So.
Lemon, right?
Well, it's
got
all
some lemon
fresh.
in there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
so it'll be a
I
good summer
graded mine
drink
up
for
and
sure.
everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm
interesting.
excited.
The only thing
It
I
was
was
just
like,
funny.
oh, go ahead. Sorry, Ben.
I was like, I was looking at it. like the recipes. I was like, damn, how many freaking recipes are in this damn thing?
Ingredients.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm or recipes, ingredients. Yeah, I'm excited though. I think Dylan pointed it out. He's like, I bet this is another one Michaela's gonna like. So
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think Michaela will like it, and any other anybody that's not like super into whiskey.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good
Yeah.
whiskey drink for those people who aren't like,
Yeah.
whiskey, you know.
And
Yeah.
that's a great. I was hoping we'd get like some sort of cocktail like this, you know, just because we haven't had like a real kind of nice like
A
a
lot of
couple different flavors.
ingredients.
We've put a couple different ingredients. This is like a real cocktail, man. This is like a ton of different
yeah, you
ingredients.
muddle it and everything.
Yeah.
The only thing I looked at I didn't like about it was there's only like it says 1.3
3
ounces of whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm putting 1.5. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
was
putting
doing
1.5.
half.
I'm not doing 1.3.
I was like,
what am I
how
gonna
the
do with
hell
that?
do you measure that out?
It's not gonna happen. We're doing 1.5. So well, what do you guys think? You ready to try this thing? Neat?
I'm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
been waiting
all
on
right.
you guys.
Yeah. All right. For your glass.
I'll open it.
Oh, that's right. The guest opens the bottle. Remember, Robbie?
Yep.
Yep.
Cody's trying to skip me out on a little whiskey.
I was like,
Spread
I
himself
don't know.
more.
I didn't mean to pour that much, actually, that I poured on mine.
But I
So,
think
all right.
you just give yourself a lot more.
Huh?
You just give yourself a lot more.
That one was yours, but it's okay. This one's mine. This is yours. It's an ounce. I put an ounce and a half, so we can do. You'll take a sip. We'll do the water droplets, and that should be fun and plenty enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's take
All
a
right.
sniff here.
Oh, and it smells really sweet.
So when you take a sniff, you're really supposed to keep your mouth open.
Yeah. So
I smell the spices. I smell.
It smells cinnamon a lot.
So that's another thing I wanted to kind of go over. So some of the tasting notes I wrote down were spices. They have herbal, like eucalyptus, spearmint, like a dry. That's the flavor at the end. It's kind of dry with a little bit of vanilla at the end. It says
Yeah.
with even a little bit of marshmallow.
Mm.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
yeah.
But on the smell, you're gonna get the kind of the herbal hazelnut, maybe a little bit of the spices on the smell.
Mm.
It's got a good smell.
Smells really good. Smells smooth.
What are you picking out?
Yeah,
What
I
are
was
you
about
picking
to
out?
say that. It's
I said I got cinnamon, and definitely some maple for sure. Maple and cinnamon is what I get.
yeah, I get a hint of cinnamon, not much.
Little cinnamon, maybe a little
Do you guys smell the maple at all?
No.
The sweetness. I can like taste it when I
yeah.
drink. Smell
It's
it, yeah.
definitely got a lot of sweet flavor, some of that spice
Yeah.
though.
It has a lot. I can't pinpoint one, but I think she said cinnamon. I was like, yeah, maybe I did. So let's go ahead and try it.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thanks,
man.
Robbie.
Wow, that is
It's very warm.
smooth though. Kind of.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Does have that little warmness after, like going down, but
Yep. But there's no
I get
burn.
taste. No,
There is that warm sensation you
Yeah.
get, right? What do you think?
It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
drink it a second
It is-
time. It
Yep.
Yeah.
definitely smoother.
I left it on my mouth a little bit for the second one, and
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
try to do that with the first one,
yeah.
and
I mean, I'm getting some sweet notes, but I'm not really getting any like specific flavors.
I'm
right
getting
now.
the herbal.
the herbal.
And
I just added a little bit of water to it. Just to,
Maybe even some of the
oh wow.
like the nutty kind of,
Add some
Nutty a
water
little.
to it.
Mhm.
or we might have to add a little
Yeah.
bit of
Wow.
whiskey actually.
It is very smooth though.
I pick up on the maple now. Wow, that is.
Add the water droplets here. So we normally
I like the aftertaste before the water. I can definitely taste the maple. It's just not when you first drink it.
wait.
Don't you stir?
No, you don't really have to stir it.
Yeah, you just shake, like stir
It's
it
kind
around
of
like.
like just not like stir. But
No,
But
like give it
yeah,
a little
just-
jiggle.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Definitely smells better with the water drop.
yeah, it smells better. It's got that maple more for sure, right?
Yeah. And I can get what they're saying, like the kind of marshmallowy, because when you get like a lot of sugar and maple smells,
Mhm.
it gets a little marshmallowy in there.
I can
At the
see
end,
that now.
yeah,
I kind of forgot to even mention the marshmallow. All right. Well,
All right.
cheers
Cheers
again.
again.
Cheers.
Wow. Honestly,
Burn went away.
this tastes like a scotch almost. It really
Oh.
does.
They did kind of say something about that. It has a nice finish, dude. The
Yeah.
finish is
Yeah. The finish is good.
finish has a nice sweet tone to it,
Mhm.
and it carries out like through the end. And there's no like we always say that
Yeah.
like a nasty kind of lingering ending.
Yeah.
Sometimes some whiskeys leave.
Yeah, we've had some that
We've had
just
some
linger
like that.
on.
Yeah. This is really nice.
Yeah,
I
the
mean-
warmness that was there before with the water is completely gone. Now it's just
Just a little bit for me,
super
but like
smooth.
not like it's way toned down.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's amazing. The water droplets. Are
Yeah, the
amazing.
water droplets just add.
it's crazy.
But remember, it did nothing in God, what was it? Evan Williams? Nothing. And or was it? No, it was Old Granddad. It did nothing in Old Granddad. The
Well,
water
which I
droplets.
Yeah, it just stayed mediocre.
Yeah, it didn't even change really. Very nice. I mean, we got to keep in mind this is like a $25 bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
thinking about the price and how
And that's kind of what I was thinking about whenever I wrote down my score. Just I'm not going to go first because it is Kelsey's turn. But
Kelsey is going to review it first.
okay. Well, okay, so this is my first time ever scoring, and I am always like, you guys scored too high, but now I get it. It's really hard.
It is really hard.
It
Especially
is,
if I
and-
don't have anything to like base it off of. I mean, I've tried all of the whiskeys you guys have tried. Like-
it's different once you sit down, though, right?
Yeah, it totally
Yeah.
is. Like you said, considering the price of the bottle.
Yeah, you gotta always consider
$25
that.
price.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4.2.
Oh,
That's very
respectable.
But,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, all
All
right.
right.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are hosting the guest.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. That is a respectable score. I'm going to.
You didn't write it down.
I haven't wrote it down yet,
Okay.
but I know it in my head, so I don't need to write it down right now. Let's say I'm tossing between a 3.8 and a 4.
Oh, you son of a
That's what he is.
Um,
That's I originally
I'm
was
gonna
thinking
say-
3.8, but I went up because this is a cheaper bottle.
Yeah, I mean it is cheaper.
That's why I went up
So-
to a 4.
Yeah.
That's
So.
you
I-
sons
and
of
I wrote
bitches.
4.9.
Oh,
That's
you
what-
sons of bitch. I was
So,
like, he's
I've
gonna
got-
say the same thing.
I've got to say 4. So
Yeah,
because it is a cheaper
Yeah.
priced bottle, so I for that price and what you're getting with that, like we did Lead Slinger last week. That's a $40 bottle.
Yeah.
I obviously
Well,
like
about $15 more
yeah.
for me.
I obviously like Lead Slinger more than this. Neat so far,
Yeah.
but
This is good for the price point.
Not by much, dude. So like realistically, like it's close because I did
No,
like
I agree.
like Lead Singer's really good, but for the price and everything,
Yeah.
they're close if you
Yeah, we
average
give it
the price.
yeah.
I think
I agree
we
with
gave
that.
Lead Slinger a 4.2. Neat.
Yeah, we did.
So
And I was high. I was giving it a 4.4. And
yeah, and
I'll admit, I think I was being a little biased because it is my favorite whiskey. But
Yeah. So what was your
one of
final
them
score,
anyway.
Robbie?
yeah. So what's
4.0.
yours? 4.0. So me and
yeah,
Robbie
no.
are-
So I was like, all right, this is a 3.8. I almost wrote it, but then I saw the score or the price.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? It is a little bit cheaper. And I started thinking about it, thinking about all the notes, everything. I'm like, I think that's the only reason why I didn't go higher though, was it's hard to pinpoint the whiskey, like what it's trying to be.
Yeah,
It's good.
True. That's
Don't
a
get me
good
wrong,
point.
it's good. It's just, I can't pinpoint it. It doesn't taste like a rye. I'll be honest with that.
It's got the spice though. It does have some
It,
spice.
it has the spice, but it doesn't remind me of a rye.
I think the sweetness
Yeah.
overpowers.
I
the spice
got-
more.
I got more of a Scotch vibe from it than I did a rye vibe. But
little
it
bit,
did-
yeah, a little bit.
It did have that spice, so that's why it was a little confusing. I think for me, just my palate was just like, what is this trying to be?
There
So-
you go.
But it's good. It's smooth. I like the smells, especially when you add the water droplets.
Yeah.
Just it's good. So
Yeah.
Well, I originally wrote down a 4.1 and then I changed it to 4.2.
So you're right on the same page with us.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I keep your score. We
Yeah.
want to keep our guest scores really
Oh, I
with
gave.
ours, but separate at the same
I
time.
have the
She's got her own booklet now. So
It's all right.
Risky
Colin
business.
Colin wrote down in yours.
Colin,
He was-
Colin took mine over. That's okay. All your guests could just use that one.
we're
Robbie.
gonna have to bring all of these books with us when we go to Utah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Share.
We've got to remember our whiskey books, Robbie.
Yeah. Cody, don't Robbie me.
I'll
Uh,
remember them for him.
Right. The guy that left his there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, dude, I'm excited. Are we gonna do the old fashioned next? Or we?
Yeah. What do you guys want?
I'll leave it up to Kelsey. I'll leave it up to
Yes,
Kelsey.
it's her.
We can do old fashioned, break it up a little bit, and then do neat after.
The ice. Yeah.
Or
Okay.
yeah, on ice
So something I did read about this one. Well, not this one in particular, but it was another George Dickel. I was reading the old fashioned recipe, and
Yeah.
apparently their old fashions are just top notch. Because
Ooh.
that's one thing I did go back and look at on another website, and people are like, really good. So I'm
super good.
I'm excited. man.
I
did
maybe
read
up here, I
something
don't wanna-
about that,
I don't
actually.
I don't want to get too excited.
Yeah, it's like
so,
don't put your expectations too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So
tamper them down.
and we are stirring, correct?
Yes. We're gonna stir it this time.
We're gonna stir. All right.
Yep.
Well, let's get to this, guys.
All right.
Gals.
See you in a bit.
Hey, everybody. We just got our old fashions made. We did 2 ounces of whiskey and 3/4 ounce of simple syrup, correct? Or half an ounce? Half an ounce.
Half an ounce.
Half an ounce, sorry. I keep thinking 3 ounces of whiskey whenever I make my personal ones.
Yeah.
So, and then just a few dashes of bitters, and then we garnish it with an orange peel. So, and this is the George Dickel Rye Whisky. I'm pretty excited about it. And
I know.
we were talking about before we left that
Ooh,
there's some
some good
websites
smells.
that talk about George Dickel's old fashioned. So,
Yeah. Smell it. It's pretty.
Smells good.
oh yeah, no, I was smelling it in there. So.
You get a head start on us.
So good. But see, I get such a strong citrus smell because I do that orange flame
Mhm.
Yeah.
that sometimes I don't get much of the whiskey until I sip it, and then or as I go to inhale it as I'm drinking. That's usually when I get a good smell. So
All right. Well,
it smells good.
cheers,
Cheers,
Robbie.
everyone. That's good old fashioned.
Taste cinnamon.
Taste cinnamon.
That's a good old fashioned.
You taste the cinnamon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But not like, ew, they made me drink with Fireball kind of way. Like,
Yeah,
in
not
a nice way.
Not like my post.
Yeah,
It's
good.
No,
Really
What was
easy
the
to
other? We had another whiskey. I thought we tried that.
Old
kinda has
Granddad.
some- Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
that one was
cinnamony?
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a rye?
It turns cinnamon.
No,
No,
that
it's
one
not.
was bonded, right?
It was a rye bonded though.
No, it was bonded.
Something.
I don't think
yeah,
there is a
no.
rye bonded.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there are.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
but this one,
Yeah,
like.
this one's good.
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah.
spice. You got a lot. You got the spice too.
yeah, I kind of wish I would have garnished it with cherry as well. This one calls for a cherry.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
I'm gonna
Definitely
throw a cherry in there tomorrow.
Yeah, good
mixes
idea.
well with the sweetness.
Yeah, I'm not a big cherry man, but you know what? In this, it might be good.
So we did a little comparison. We did an old fashioned without a cherry, then we threw the cherry in at the bottom. It really changes the whole flavor profile around. And it I could see on some whiskeys it not being good, but the one I can't remember what it was a Bullet bourbon. It was good. It meshed very well. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh.
It's a good old fashioned, I'm not gonna lie.
It is solid. I like it because you still taste the whiskey a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a lot. Maybe some of that's because we're stirred.
Mm-hmm.
You all right?
Yep. I hit my elbow.
Oh, you hit your funny bone or
I
something?
helped my funny bone.
Oh no. Maybe that's because it's stirred and not shaken, but
It doesn't water it down as much when it's stirred.
Yeah.
I feel like.
but the ice, like Robbie always says, the ice crystals are solid good.
Solid. I love the chilled factor. I do notice though, granted, we do get a lot of ice that waters it down, shaking it, but drinking it this way, my ice cube has just
Disintegrated.
it's like gone almost.
That's
So it's like it's definitely half gone at this
Yeah.
point. compared
Yeah.
to what it normally
Yeah,
is.
it eats it up for sure. And we have the big cubes, you know. So
Yeah. I will say this one may be phenomenal in the fall time.
yeah,
This old fashioned is, it just makes me want fall weather or even towards winter weather.
I think if you're
For
gonna
me.
do it in the fall, putting some chocolate bitters in there would be really good.
Chocolate bitters and
Yeah.
a cherry. I
Mhm.
think this one calls for a cherry,
Yeah.
dude,
period.
we need to buy you some. Excuse me, Woodford bitters. I got
Yeah, I
the
did them
chocolate.
as
I got
stocking
the.
stuffer for Cody a few years
I got
ago.
the orange, and then I got the
Yeah.
normal one, and I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Well,
great.
someone's birthday's coming up. So.
Oh yeah, somebody's birthday's coming up, Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't want to talk about it.
Mr. 30.
Trust those
Oh
who-
man.
Cody made fun of me when I was hitting my 30th. I'm like, oh my god, I feel so old. He's like, it's just a number. And then when it was like time for his 30th, he's
It
like,
is different.
I feel like I should have accomplished more by now.
I know.
And I'm like, oh.
That's how I feel every day. And then I really feel like Joey from Friends. I make fun of everybody else turning 30. Now I'm turning 30 and I'm like, oh shit,
Oh my God.
no. That like his whole reaction of turning 30 is my reaction. Hey, so did you see I know I'm changing topics and changing whiskeys, but my Maker's Mark deal.
Yes, and I did it. I filled it out.
You did it?
I did it.
So
Yes.
Kelsey, did Cody show you that?
Yes,
Yeah, but I haven't done it yet.
she's got to do it.
So you got to do it. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
Michaela do it, even though
Yeah.
she's not a whiskey person. But like, I'm
So
sorry.
we say the whiskey person like it's like
She's not a whiskey person.
like
She just she's not there yet.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
send you this nice little
Yeah.
thing.
it's cool.
Oh.
Everybody who listens, go sign up for Maker's Mark real quick. You become an ambassador. They send you a plaque. They send you cards, different notes on tasting, and a nice little like you
Tree.
graduated certificate,
Oh.
ambassador certificate.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's just pretty cool. I recommend everybody go sign up for this. I've signed up for other whiskey companies, and I'm sorry, but Maker's Mark has them beat.
They're doing it right. So, what are we feeling? Robbie's the start.
Yeah, I'll lead off this time. I personally think I would probably score it a little bit higher if it was fall time. But right now a 4.2 on this for an old fashioned. I think it's great. I would want to throw a cherry in it and drink this in the fall. It's not a summer old fashioned in my book. It's hot out right now, so it's not very refreshing, but
Yeah.
it is good. I enjoy it. So good thing
Yeah.
it is 67 degrees at my house right now. So
I'll lead off. You.
Go for it.
I kind of agree with you, Robbie, but I also, for me personally, the cinnamon, I like it, but then I don't like it. The more I started to drink it, like I like cinnamon, but it's not like overwhelming too bad, but I would probably put it for an old fashioned. I would probably put it at a 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keeping mine at 4.2 because it wasn't
Okay.
like amazing,
No,
but it was good. You know, and
It was good, and
yeah, it matched the meat well. So I think, but
yes, I agree with that. And honestly, I'm just in like a hard place with it for me because I kind of want to go a little bit lower because of the cinnamon, but at the same time, I'm trying to think of the positives from it and think about what it can be.
Yeah.
Because this, to me, like honestly, say we did one of the other drinks that they recommend on the website. Some of those drinks are definitely made for wintry fall drinks.
yeah,
Like
for
you
sure.
get like an apple cider. That's a
Mhm.
fall drink for crying
Yeah.
out loud. So
Yeah.
if we reviewed that tonight, we would probably review it a lower score than when Thanksgiving comes around or
Yeah.
It's a
Halloween.
cinnamon
So
hit. for
that's
sure.
why I'm kind of like I could go a little bit higher maybe in the fall, but I could also go lower
Yeah.
right now.
Mhm.
So
I'm
4.2
just
I think is solid.
my personal taste.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of too much cinnamon.
I don't think there's too much cinnamon. It's
No,
just
no,
a
no, no.
hit, yeah.
I don't say too much. It's not like I said, it's not overbearing or like too much, but I'm not a huge fan of cinnamon, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's if you do like cinnamon, this would probably score really high for you. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm stirring this up a little bit.
no, it's solid though. I mean, I really enjoy it.
I really got a good orange peel in this one. It had a great flame.
Yeah, we had some good thick orange peels on this one too.
Yeah, don't talk to me about your orange peels. You get to go outside, pick them, go right inside.
The tree that Cody was in front of is actually when he made the hump day video is the tree that we get our oranges from.
So,
I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah,
you've
yeah, it's-
ever commented on that or not.
Yeah, that's right.
but
The little video we posted on Instagram. It's that same tree.
yeah.
So cool. So we got 4.0 and 4.2s.
Well, so we do gotta
Camera's freaking out.
Yeah.
unfortunately, Kelsey, you are the guest.
Okay.
So you keep your score. It's a
Yes.
solid score, 4.2. Cody, what do we want to agree upon for blue collar whiskey?
I'll move up to 4.2 since that's the feeling of the room, but I'm not gonna say it's not a 4.2 because I'm a little biased because I'm not a big
See,
fan of the
I
cinnamon.
was literally about to make the same argument going down to a 4.0.
Call it even.
So,
Call it a 4.1.
you know what?
Call it a 4.1 then.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
I'm okay with doing it with this one.
Yeah, 4.1. It's cool. That's what we should do sometimes. Just settle in the middle.
Yeah, settle in the middle. I was literally about to make that argument.
But the opposite.
But the opposite. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I'm done with mine. So.
Yeah, that's a good drink.
Yeah.
You know.
Alrighty.
Well,
So let's go over it real quick before we go make our or pour it on the rocks.
we'll be pouring on the rocks. Yep.
So we scored it at a 4.0. Kelsey scored it at 4.2.
For neat, yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're sitting right there, 4.0, 4.2 range. And then on old fashioned, Kelsey and I both scored it at 4.2. Cody was at a 4.0. Cody and I ended up settling on a 4.1 for this one,
Fair.
for old fashioned. So this one is actually a pretty consistent whiskey so far. We do have 2 more ways we're going to try it. The next way is on the rocks. And Kelsey, tell everybody what we're going to be trying it again. Just refresh their memories real quick.
It's going to be a Cascade Hollow Punch. It's going to be obviously the whiskey, some plain simple syrup, ginger simple syrup, fresh raspberries, lemon juice, and some mint. Like Robbie said, it's a shit ton of ingredients. but
Good
it should be
memory.
Good. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
memory.
no, that was great. I was like
Yeah.
thinking, I
no.
was like, is that all?
Yeah.
Shit. No, that's good.
My baker
Oh,
brain, you know?
yeah, the fresh raspberries. Yeah.
Fresh raspberries, yeah.
Oh, and
So-
this is gonna be muddled.
Muddled,
This is a
yep.
fancy drink we're doing
It's a
here.
real-
So
It's a real, like, at a
so-
bar.
it honestly is going to be probably a good one to finish off the night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're about to do this on the rocks, get our palates back to, excuse me, almost reset, and
Yeah,
then finish it off with a nice fancy drink.
Yeah.
yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, let's head into the
Neat.
no
Oh,
on ice.
On ice. We did neat.
We always do that. You know what's funny? Me and Robbie, we always do that. We say,
Yes.
"Oh, neat." Oh no, we meant on
Just
ice.
kidding, just kidding.
Yeah, We always get them mixed up.
Yeah. No, it's
So.
funny.
Alrighty.
All right, let's do it. Let's
Yes,
move
yeah.
move to the ice. All right, we're back. So we went and poured our drinks on ice, and we've let them chill for a little bit. So
Yeah, mine's been chilling.
we got the George Dickel on ice. Cheers.
Has a great smell.
Wow.
I definitely like it.
smooth.
Better on ice. We taste like with the water droplets, it kind of got rid of a lot of the taste, but with the ice, you still get all the taste, but it's smoother.
Feel that like let it sit, like let it breathe in, and then
Yeah, no, I was.
It's really nice.
I really enjoy the smell on this one. I think so far this has the best smell this way. So that's my opinion so far.
My opinion is on the taste. It's God, it's hard to explain it. It's like you do get some of the oaky in
Yeah.
the barrel, but you get a nice like sweet tone through it the whole time.
But it's
Like,
not
there's
a
this like little
sweet-
hint of
Yeah,
sweet through it the entire time,
no,
Oh.
I could see that.
which I enjoy. So
I agree with you. You can taste the oak and the barrel and stuff. And it is, you still have that sweet flavor to it, but it's not like with the water. I felt like just the water droplets, all you could taste was the sweetness.
yeah,
And with this, you still get more of the spices and the oak with the sweetness. So it's a lot.
yeah, definitely.
It is better for sure.
I could see all that. Again, I kind of fall back on. There's so much to this, though.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, there's definitely no Scotch taste like I got with the water droplets. But now I think my palate is just even more confused on like, what is this whiskey? Like, it's very smooth. It's almost like drinking, water in a sense.
It's kind of bold.
Yeah, I got a nice bold, but it's just so smooth.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
So,
I'm so
there's
glad.
just
I'm so
honestly,
glad.
I just think it's a lot of flavor. I can't pinpoint anything. Like I can't pinpoint the oak, nothing right now. I'm really trying.
It's got the oak. It's got the. I think there's vanilla in there. That's what the sweet kind of hint that's coming through.
I think that's the only thing I could actually taste. Yeah.
Dude, like, I'm just trying to. I'm so glad that we're doing the whiskey tasting, because just to say another phenomenal whiskey that is $20, like
Oh yeah.
And I would have never tried this, never.
We didn't even know about it. Never heard of it.
You know what I mean? Like I probably would have never tried it just because. And now that we're doing all these, reviewing all these whiskeys and getting into all these whiskeys, and it's like such an eye opener to what is really out there. And that's what we want to do. We want to spread the word and really promote these whiskeys. It's opened my eyes to so many other different whiskeys that I would have never tried, and it's really cool to see. That's pretty much what I'm trying to relay.
Yeah.
And we want to relay that to everybody and try to get these names that people wouldn't have normally tried out there.
Yeah, there's, we've always talked about, getting different whiskeys out there for other people to try. But at the same time, I can remember trying like a Jameson or a Crown and comparing it to, say, a different level whiskey that's, say, $40 with, that's a rye and 45% alcohol instead of a 40% alcohol, so.
Yeah.
I remember comparing those, honestly, a bottle like this to, say, a Legion. You can't do it. And it's not fair to this whiskey at all, because this is a good whiskey. So that's another thing I was wanting to talk about was our category list that we put out.
What does this fall into? Do you know?
I have not looked it up. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, I was curious. It's probably more of a, since it is cheaper, it's probably and it's only 45% alcohol, so it's gonna be a little lower on the I love how Ember,
you get to see little Ember's tail.
Okay, so this is actually going to be a 2.3.
2.3. So we finally did post our categories and how we kind of rate our whiskeys and what categories they are. If you have any questions or don't understand it, please let us know. Comment on there on Instagram if you have any questions about it. But really, it's just we're rating it based on the price and the alcohol percentage. So
a 5, the highest.
No, 6.
Okay, so it's almost in that midpoint range for the categories, because you said 2.5.
Yeah, well, no, so it's a 2.3.
Okay.
Because it's a bottle of whiskey that's $21 to $35, and alcohol percentage from 45 to 49%.
Yep.
So, and then we do have like at the 6 range 100 plus.
Yeah.
So $100 plus.
You guys haven't gotten that.
We haven't done any of those yet, so we're building up to the higher end.
This should be a good.
We need to do, before we jump up to that high, we may want to do a 4 to a 5.
Yeah,
because we haven't even, we've kind of not barely gone above 50. So,
double oaked would have been probably the one that was above 50, but at the same time, that was after taxes.
Yeah, so, and that was for you. And if you average me and you together, it's not. So,
I'm sorry, my dog Ember keeps popping up, wanting me to pay attention to her.
It's okay. We love dogs here. We all love dogs here.
And especially Ember.
Yeah, Amber's.
She's trying out for the blue collar whiskey drinkers mascot. So
Oh, okay. I gotta bring Leo. Leo. Up
yeah, I
here,
know.
man.
Jackson.
Drax and Leo.
Drax and Leo.
I
You can
love
even
Pete.
see our
Like-
little Bobcat cat. We got a little Bobcat Highlander Lynx cat.
Love Pete.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Speaking of, did you watch the show?
He's a little.
Um,
He's a little demon.
yet.
He's a little demon, but he's a lot better.
Yeah.
He's
I,
nice.
To you.
Yeah, to me.
Question. Have you two watched? So there's two shows I want to ask to see if you watch, but the first one is called Invincible.
No.
Okay, so Invincible is a comic book cartoon that's on Amazon Prime, but it's not like DC or Marvel. It's a different universe, a different company. It is very good, very gory. There's a lot of blood. It's definitely more for adults. It's not for, if you have like a 6-year-old to probably 10-year-old.
Kind of like
running around.
The Boys.
The boys.
Yes, exactly. The kind of like The Boys. It's just gore.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the storyline. I don't want to say too much and give it away,
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll watch it. Yeah,
but
watch it.
check it out. It is animated, and they are 40 minutes long, so they're a little bit longer animated, but there's only one season right now, so you'll power through it. I went through the season under a week, and that was me watching it on a Saturday night, part of a little bit on Sunday, and then finishing it the next weekend.
Have you since we're on animated, have you watched any of the Bad Bunch?
Animation. Bad Bunch is a Star Wars. It's a new Star Wars series on Disney Plus.
It's like
Oh yeah,
kind of like
I
a
haven't been
cartoon.
on Disney Plus in a while.
it's pretty good so far. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're like rogue clones kind
Yeah,
of
it's cool.
thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
I think I've heard about it. They're just clones that didn't
Make
conform
the
to.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the normal clone.
So
they're
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 not
special
directly
clones,
working with like Jedi yet, but it's definitely heading in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching what is it?
Skinwalker Ranch.
Skinwalker Ranch.
I've jumped in here
It's
and
a
there. I
ranch
haven't
in
really-
Utah.
Yeah, it's in Utah, dude. It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. So kind of a cool little fact that it's in Utah, but
It's not anywhere near
Yeah.
where
Not
we're
where we're gonna be,
but
but,
Yeah, Utah's actually a pretty big state.
big. Yeah.
yeah, no, for sure. But we also been watching Alone, the new season of Alone just started. So we just
Which
started
one's that?
the newest season.
It's where they get put out into the wilderness completely alone. They
No.
have-
Yeah, I
Oh.
know Alone.
Uh-oh.
He knows,
I'm- yeah.
It's the newest season. It just
Grizzly,
started.
it's
dude.
called Grizzly Mountain.
Yeah, Grizzly Mountain.
Oh, okay. So I've seen 1 through 4.
Oh, this is 8.
Oh, this is
And
8,
then-
bro.
I skipped all the others because Netflix had 7,
Mm.
where they're in the Arctic and there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing there.
Yeah.
That guy gets the moose.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
the
That's a
luckiest
good one.
bastard.
Yeah.
So I watched
Dude,
that
but
one.
hold the phone. That guy built the baddest shelter ever.
No, that one chick built one that was badass.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
She just
for
got
sure.
too skinny, right?
Yeah, she got too.
she
skinny.
didn't have the food.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
she had what he had, she would have been golden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he got a moose. So
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
king. And then he was fighting that freaking Wolverine or whatever.
Yeah,
the
this little
entire
Wolverine.
time. That kept stealing his food.
Did he
So
kill it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's.
what
cool.
about season 8? They're
They're in Grizzly
Mountain.
Bear. Like there's
It's
grizzly
everywhere.
bears everywhere.
They're
So
not
they-
on the island, are they?
I think.
No, it's like another part of
Alaska.
Canada or one of those
Yeah.
Okay.
Arctic
Well,
places.
Either way.
because
Grizzlies. everywhere.
Alaska has an island that they've named Grizzly Island, and there's literally so much grizzly on that island. I can't remember, but there's one every so many feet.
Yeah.
kind
It's
of
not
thing.
in Alaska, it's in Canada.
Canada.
And it's in on
Okay.
a mainland. It's just that one area has a ton of them.
Ton of them.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking on this one? We've
Oh, you get to bring us. This is your turn, sir. I already wrote down my score, but this is your turn.
Is it my turn?
Yep. Kelsey went first. I went second. You're third. Kelsey gets to finish us off.
I thought I went first on the last one, but all right.
Did he, Kelsey?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I went first with the 4.2, and you said a 4.
Because I said 4 point.
Oh yeah, Cody did go
I
last.
went-
last.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
because
did
I
go
said
left?
I said
Okay.
first
First.
because
3.8.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3.8 on me. I enjoyed the smoothness. I got a lot of smells. My taste buds were confused on what it is. Like what I could pinpoint, I guess. There was so many flavors I was picking up on, and I do agree with you, Kelsey. It wasn't like neat where I was like pinpointing one here and there or a certain one. This time on the rocks, it was just felt like it was just kind of so much. I was just like, it was good, smooth, but that was where I kind of put it below the 4, is because of that. I was like, I'd rather drink it neat and pinpoint certain flavors.
No.
So 3.8 for me. Yeah, I think that's as high as I would go personally. So
I agree with that. What are you thinking?
I gave it a 4.2 again.
4.2. No, you are.
It's very just like
solid
I
at
mean, I
4.2,
honestly
okay.
liked it on the rocks a little bit better than the neat.
So why
Oh, you
is that?
did. Why is that?
Because I like having different flavors to try and look for.
Okay.
But that's just maybe my
Seat.
background and
Yeah.
what I like.
Yeah.
And you could
But I
probably
think-
pinpoint them a little bit better.
Yeah,
than I can.
having different
Yeah.
flavors each time, or just noticing different flavors each time, I think is.
Was it the cold maybe that you liked better?
No, it's just the fact that you could taste different flavors. And it was easier to
Okay.
drink than neat. With the water drops, I think it was too, I'm not gonna say bland, but it was just very like flat.
You know what I did notice with the water droplets? It's almost like it was not, I guess, creamy in a way. Not like creamy, but like, I guess, yeah, like,
It just like went, I mean, it went down super easy,
Yeah.
but a lot of the flavors,
like,
I mean, it was already kind of muddled, I guess, for you guys, but they just got lost with the water drops to me. And when you put it with ice, it kind of brought a lot of those flavors back.
Okay.
with the ice, yeah, for me, like the ice did bring out flavors,
Mhm.
different flavors, but it also
Yes.
it brings out the oak that we are used to, Robbie, and the vanilla that we get on the ice. And then it
Yeah.
also brought out some other kind of unique sweet flavors
Yeah.
that I can't pinpoint. But no, I'm good with I'm good with 3.8. That's what I was thinking too, Robbie.
So you
Again.
guys don't like it as much as you liked it neat.
I like neat better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
do neat. So I think for me, I like the simplicity of
Mhm.
being able to pinpoint 1 or 2 notes. When I get multiple just kind of hit me, and I'm sitting there still sipping it, and I can't really pinpoint one or over the other. That's when it loses me.
Throws you off, yeah.
But that's actually kind of refreshing to hear, though. I think it does have to do with like, your background and everything like that. So it's really nice to hear. It's kind of refreshing to hear a different point of view, because I always
Yeah.
hear Cody, we're fucking just alike. when
I
it
called
comes to
Cody. I tell him he's basic all the time. He's
Basic.
not basic, but I just
We're-
like
we're
more
basic
complex,
bitches.
like different.
Basic bitches,
Yeah.
Robbie. No, it's just we're
Yeah.
we're
He's like you. He
we-
likes to know
we
what
know-
he's tasting.
we
and
know
he
what
knows
we
he
like.
likes.
and we know
Yeah.
what we like
Yeah.
forever.
Well,
I
and
mean,
we're
that's-
simple. We're
yeah.
just simple guys. We're blue collar.
Mhm.
Hey, more power to you, Kelsey, on
But-
being able to.
To that note, we are expanding our take. So we're trying to not just be kind of simple. We're trying to expand the way We are.
Yeah,
Just-
no, we've
But yeah,
improved.
we've totally,
Yeah.
totally expanded.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like from what we've been saying, like we had our own favorite whiskeys that we've
Mhm.
always been doing,
Yeah.
but now we're like, I haven't had Crown Royal in
Oh, so like
such a
unless we're
long
having
time.
a party or an event.
dude, I have like
yeah.
it doesn't exist in the house.
Yeah, I know.
We have it in the house. We just don't.
No,
drink.
I don't have any.
We have some flavored ones.
Well, those don't count.
Yeah,
Those are
don't
just
count.
sitting on the shelf.
Those are
for-
like
like a mixed
liqueur
Yeah.
or something.
but it's crazy because I
Yeah.
used to have Crown Royal. It was my drink.
All the time, yeah.
That's what was in the counter.
Yeah.
That's what I would drink.
Well, that's cool
'cause-
seeing it from like my perspective, seeing how many different things you try because when we go to a restaurant, like Cody knows what he likes and that's what he gets what he likes. You know, he doesn't like
Yeah.
to like branch out. And then I'll get something weird and we'll share.
I will branch out and we'll share, but there's
And
I'll
then
get-
if he doesn't like it, he's like, oh, damn it, you know. But I think this is just a more fun way of doing it. If you don't like it, then and then you
Yeah.
guys have only really had one or maybe two that you don't like.
yeah, and it wasn't even that bad. Like they
I
were
mean-
It
mediocre.
wasn't. Yeah,
They were
it was
mediocre.
just very mediocre.
The one from Arizona was horrible.
That hasn't been on the
But
show.
we haven't been on here yet.
That,
Yeah.
Not
that
yet.
hasn't been on air. yet.
That will be on soon
Yes.
Well,
or soon.
if
Hopefully
we
not
can
soon.
get it.
Probably
Yeah.
way down the road.
Yeah,
That's the
'cause,
only one that we've tried recently that we're like,
Very hard to get.
wow.
uh,
That's actually the only bottle I think I've thrown away.
wow. So we're gonna be moving into the what are we doing?
Cascade Hollow Punch.
Cascade Hollow Punch, and this is a Kelsey pick.
Hmm.
Kelsey pick whiskey.
Better be good.
And,
Especially with all those ingredients.
I know. I was so mad about us grading that ginger. I was like,
Oh,
drink better be
I
good.
just chopped it.
we're gonna be
so-
making this drink for like 20 minutes.
I know.
Muddling it and then strain it twice. We have to strain it twice.
Oh gosh,
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
even look at all that. I got,
Raspberry seeds, man.
Raspberry seeds.
oh,
How many
fucking
raspberries do
tripping.
we put into this thing? We got to
Uh,
talk about that.
Yeah, no.
How many raspberries you got?
All right. So everybody, we're gonna be trying this drink. We will be right back.
Yep.
Welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. I'm Kelsey, and I'm the guest on What's Your Whiskey tonight. And we just made our Cascade Punch Hollow or Cascade Hollow Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. You
Full of
were
words.
close.
Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, so a little fresh raspberries, mint, a little ginger syrup, lemon juice, and of course, George Dickel Rye
What-
Whiskey.
Yeah. Rye whiskey.
Yeah.
So,
So
Cheers.
hey,
cheers.
cheers.
Yeah. We made it the same way.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Tastes like ice cream.
Wow. That's
So
a solid cocktail right there.
one less mint leaf for me.
Yeah.
On point. Like I like it, but I could. The aftertaste on the mint is there for
Too
me.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you guys know, I showed Cody Kelsey my mint leaves after I made it.
We
and
didn't
mine-
realize how much bigger his
Huge.
were than
Yeah,
ours.
mine were like three. One of mine was three.
Like
of
three
two
of
to
ours.
2 to 3 of theirs.
Which-
So
We did more, but because there's two of us, but
They're
it's
smaller
still
and
yeah.
they're smaller.
they're also
But
from
I-
our property.
but they're fresher. They're like from a garden, so they might be more potent a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah. yeah.
But I don't
but
know.
they're a lot smaller.
They're a lot smaller.
a
yeah,
lot smaller.
than that one. But this
It's
is
good.
solid.
This is
Yeah.
a refreshing drink.
God,
Michaela would definitely
Robin,
like
you
this
need to
one.
make this for Michaela. Like right
I,
away.
I'm gonna actually. So since now that I know what it tastes like, I'm gonna adjust the recipe
Yeah.
to the proper way. Most likely, I will keep the raspberries where they're at. One less mint leaf for me.
Yeah, 'cause
Everything
yours-
else is fine.
Yeah.
It's and I would strain it twice. I do have a lot of. I don't know if
Chunky
you guys.
monkeys in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could actually see it
These-
floating around right there. Those are all mint leaves.
Yeah, we were able to.
See,
strain
and
those
I
twice.
told you the ginger would blend in there. You wouldn't be able to taste
No,
it.
yes,
You know?
it's
And it
solid.
really wasn't a whole lot of ginger syrup, but it freshens it up a little bit.
Oh,
so.
it's very
Oh
refreshing.
yeah.
Honestly,
No, it's funny.
so-
The lemon is like gone.
Yeah.
oh, I don't taste it.
Just
really
a
don't.
little bit. The acidity
The acidity helps
you-
bring out the fruit. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be helping Emily and Colin extend the patio, but they're not like doing wood. We're going to bring in gravel. So we're digging out, leveling it all out for them. This is going to be great tomorrow after.
Yeah.
Dude, this almost reminds me of like a margarita. Like if you were to put some
Similar.
crushed ice in
Yes.
here, dude. Whoo!
Ooh.
It's gonna
Honestly,
be
I
solid,
may
dude.
blend it next time. Instead of shaking it, I just may blend it.
That would be really
That'd
good
be
too.
solid.
Because
Um,
I'm drinking the mint
this-
leaves right now. I don't even notice it.
This reminds me of a margarita, but
Yes.
like
A
without
whiskey
the crushed
margarita.
A
ice. you know?
whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this would be
Okay.
solid.
Honestly, I enjoy this. This is surprisingly good, even though I had to struggle to make a ginger syrup.
Right? It's a lot.
Yeah, but
of
now you
different
have it. We have
ingredients.
so much.
We have a
syrup.
lot now. We have like a big.
Oh yeah, no, I have a
thing. So
not a tub.
2
but
cups worth. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm about a cup worth, but
yeah. That's
I really squeezed all that ginger pulp out. I was just
Mm.
mushing it in
I wish we
there.
would have
So
done that.
yeah. No, we it's solid though. The ginger. I taste the ginger for sure.
yeah,
It's a good.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I don't.
I'll be honest. The taste of this really reminds me of Grandma and Grandpa's old house, Ramona.
Yeah.
I don't know what about the taste. It brings, every time I sip it, I just go back to
You know
right
what it
next to
is?
their house, next to that big rock and everything, right where their patio came off of in the back.
Yeah, yeah. The mint leaf, dude.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Because,
Because
yeah, every time I smell mint, I think of Grandma
What do
and
you think
Grandpa.
of? That's cool. You just need a
Yeah, this is
raspberry.
good.
the garnish of the raspberry. You got.
I'm going to garnish next
Mm.
time.
The raspberries are great.
Yeah, I'll do the exact same ingredients. I may do a blended version, but then put on top.
Yeah, put a couple raspberries.
I
and-
want
and a
another
mint leaf.
one.
A small mint leaf. Not,
Yeah, I'll do
not a big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tear it in half.
I may do that. So we're going to a wedding tomorrow night.
Oh, cool.
I may make this drink for the girls and even for Colin, but it'd be
Oh, yeah.
so refreshing
Mhm.
after busting our ass in 90 plus
Hey.
degree heat.
This isn't just for girls. This is
90,
straight.
95% humidity.
This would be good at Disneyland.
Oh yeah, we are going to Disneyland
Next week.
So we're
This
all
time next
excited.
we're be at California Adventure.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
place where you
jealous.
can drink. So
yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited.
Ah.
We haven't seen the new Star Wars land or
well, and they have the Avengers campus.
the new Avengers campus just opened. So
Really?
that's gonna
And,
be cool.
well,
That'd be
and so they have a new bar within the Avengers campus. We've been to all the different bars at Disney California, but they have all these different like experimental cocktails and
Yeah.
drinks and stuff because it's kind of going with like the whole Pym thing. If you follow Avengers, it's Ant-Man and the Pym particle. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So they have Pym drinks and Pym food. So it's all this like weird kind of like gastro kind of food and drinks. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Interesting. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we're excited.
Definitely be posting pictures of that.
Yeah, we'll be posting some pictures. But,
Whiskey drinks for sure.
Yeah,
And-
I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Surprisingly good. It
it's,
really is.
it's more, kind of out of the norm for me. This isn't like a drink I would order.
Oh
but,
no.
you know,
But I would
I-
order it now knowing it, but
Yeah,
You
yeah.
drink mine when I
Secretly,
order
right?
it.
Yeah.
would be,
I'd be like whiskey on the rocks. Actually, can I get this?
yeah,
Well, okay, and it is. I mean, it's pink, so
yeah.
But it's
it's
refreshing.
delicious. Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Um,
No, dude.
it's a good pride drink.
Good recipe. Dickel. They went all out on that recipe. It's a good one.
Yeah.
A little bit complicated, a little bit more to it, but
there
Worth
is
realistically, once you started doing it, it wasn't that hard. Like I could
Yeah.
do it really easy now.
So this one I think is one we're gonna have to do on Tuesday cocktails or cocktail
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yes,
Mhm.
and yeah, Kelsey,
Because-
maybe Kelsey can help me with that.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
So
together.
my biggest problem was they didn't tell us how many strawberries.
Yeah.
The
That's true.
size of the mint leaf.
Mhm.
So I think us actually doing it and using the same ingredients that they recommend, same measuring on everything else. It was just those two things. I was like, okay,
Yeah, how many
That-
raspberries?
yeah, I kinda
and
like-
how many mint leaves? Yeah.
Mint leaves. Looked at other recipes too to kind of get a
Yeah.
how many raspberries are they using in this whiskey
But we kind of
drink?
did our own thing. We kind of did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know,
it turned out good.
it turned out
Mhm.
I
great.
think.
I think it turned out great.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
drink
I
another for
enjoyed it.
sure.
Huh?
I could drink another for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of which, Kelsey,
Yeah.
you are up next on this one.
Yeah, you're gonna start us off.
Oh.
You started us off. You get to finish it. This is your whiskey.
Yeah.
Tell everybody the whiskey we're drinking and refresh everybody why we picked it or why you picked it.
Okay, so we're doing the George Dickel Rye. They have a lot of different whiskeys that they do actually make in a lot of different limited releases ones. I picked this one because the distiller and general manager is a female. One of the very few female distillers that there are in the United States. There are some female people in the whiskey distilling, but most of them are owners and they don't actually do the distilling. There's very few that are actually in the distilling process. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be more women in the whiskey tasting part of it. I know it's kind of hard to get into, but it's just like anything else people drink. Once you start drinking
Yeah.
it, you acquire the taste for it. And
Yeah.
whiskey, you just think, okay, whiskey is whiskey, but there's so many different varieties, and there's bourbon, there's rye, there's
Yeah.
bonded, there's scotch, there's just
Yeah, there's
such a
there's lot.
variety.
And there's
As
even a
you can
variety
tell.
within those varieties. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
American whiskeys,
Irish,
Bourbon, yeah.
Irish.
Japanese.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, it just goes on and on. And on.
Yeah. So I think it's really awesome, and I think it's something that once I think girls gave it more of a chance, then they would really start to like it too.
Yeah.
But for this drink, I mean, I've given everything a 4.2 solid, but I just really like this drink, so I'm giving it a 4.3.
That's actually kind of low for what I thought you were going to give it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go higher. That's
Well, I
fine.
was telling Cody, I kind of judged my first one a little higher than I was thinking in my head because I was afraid to give it too low of a score. So I started off a little higher than I should have, but
Is that after trying it the other ways?
no. In my head, I was honestly thinking
Okay.
it like a 3.8, but I'm like, I feel like that's low. So
Yeah.
I went up. So yeah,
So,
I was kind of
we-
around where you guys were, but
Like, yeah, there's ways we prefer it. Like, I'm going to drink it neat, but
Yeah.
it is not bad on the rocks. On the rocks is its own category. I'm going to compare this 3.8 to another whiskey in the same category
The rocks.
yeah.
on the rocks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, because honestly, I guarantee you there's going to be some whiskeys that are way better on the rocks, but terrible neat. So
Yeah.
this may be like one that I gravitate towards on neat. So, that being said, for this one, I was at a 4.4.
Oh, wow.
It's refreshing, and honestly, I don't have anything else to base it off of. I haven't made another
Yeah.
drink like it, but for it being how solid it is, and I think the only hiccup I had is that mint leaf,
Mhm.
which would drop it down normally probably to a 4.2, but I'm like, if it was made properly,
If you only
I
have
would-
one mint leaf.
yeah, it would probably be a 4.4. And I think that is going to be a solid cap, like, I guess cap to try another whiskey to try to beat.
Yeah.
Because right now this is just
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
It's
So
freaking hilarious that you said 4.4. That was my first thought going into
Same.
this, but we're too damn alike sometimes.
yeah, I know.
4.4. I'm trying to think of all the other drinks So since this is its own category,
Yeah, it's separate from our other three, really is.
but if
This
you
is
really,
the guest.
it's the guest, it's also the cocktail drink
Yes.
that is off the websites that we're, the company's websites
Yeah.
of the whiskeys. And for me, this is so much more in depth of a drink, but then our like other ones like the porch swing and
Yeah.
the tea, the what was it, the
Teeling.
the what's the name of it though?
No, I can't. I'm spacing on
I'm
this as
spacing
well.
on it. God, we just said it the other day.
Yeah, you and I were talking about it because we wanted to make it again for Cocktail Tuesday. Gosh, what is that?
Is that the one?
It was
that-
like
no, the porch
summer
had the-
tealing or something like that.
No, it's okay. But if I compare it to the cocktails, I'm actually in favor of this one. So that's why I rated it the highest out of all those cocktails that we've
Yeah.
had. It's the highest.
I would
What'd you
agree
rate
with
it?
that, honestly.
4.4.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm saying a 4.4 too.
So
I would get a 4.9.
4.
I'm just joking. It was really good though. But was-
No, it's a solid. Really,
yeah.
I want to go make another one.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be making some tomorrow.
Mhm.
I'm going to get everybody.
I really want to get, Michaela's take on it. So
I do think
keep us
tropical tealing.
Tropical
Trop.
tealing, yep.
So
Tropical tealing. Don't get me wrong, everyone. That was really solid for summer drink. God, that was a
hold
really
on.
good summer drink.
Simplicity, I would pick that over this.
Uh-huh.
Taste, I'd pick this over that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
but yeah, it's really hard to compare this one though. You get honestly a lot of flavor. You have the ginger, you have the raspberry, you have the mint, all great ingredients to throw into a drink.
Yeah.
And we just compared it to the tealing, which is like just a handful of ingredients. It's really not much. I'll read
Yeah,
it
no,
off real
not a
quick.
whole lot.
So you have 2 parts tealing, and it's only a 1/4 part pineapple and soda water with the fresh lime.
That's right, that's
So
right.
it's only a few.
Yeah, it's only a few ingredients.
Well, I think
But-
this whiskey follows the common theme of having a lot of different flavors to it. So
Yeah.
the actual whiskey itself, and then the drink that we chose.
No, it does.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Good call.
it does. It has a lot of different flavors in the whiskey. So
But it works really well in that drink for sure.
no doubt.
I do gotta say though.
Good choice, Kelsey.
Great
Great
choice.
choice. Even though it was
Great.
a lot of work or a lot of
Yeah, there's a lot of
finding
ingredients.
the ingredients
and-
and making it. But really,
Yeah.
now that you've made it, once you've actually done it and made all of it and have all the ingredients, it's really not that hard to make it
Yeah.
once you've done it once. I
and it's
think-
worth it.
and it's totally worth
Yeah.
it for sure. So
Yeah. No, I agree.
killer.
Sometimes you spend all that time getting everything and making the drink, and then
Yeah.
you're like,
At least,
So-
yeah, exactly. At least we didn't like waste all our
man.
time getting all these ingredients, and then we're like,
Yeah, I would have been.
disappointed.
I would have been so mad at Kelsey, but like,
Yeah.
she's not back on.
You're not on the show
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
You're not a regular.
Yeah.
She's like
So-
asking to come back on the show. Oh, we're booked up that weekend. It says you're clear. Yeah. we're booked.
I
Right.
live with you.
Yeah.
So, hey, again, like going off what Cody said, Kelsey, great pick on the whiskey. I enjoyed it strongly from neat to, old fashioned and on the rocks. Even though on the rocks was the least, I think this is a great whiskey. The drink, I'm putting it in a different category by itself right now,
Mhm.
but it is phenomenal. 4.4 is probably one of the higher scores. It's very comparable to a Legion type score or something.
Yeah.
So good job. I labeled it in the book, KD for Kelsey's drink. So
Yeah.
good job.
Thank you.
So Cody, with all that being said, what is our overall score for George Dickel Rye, Kelsey's What's Your Whiskey?
So overall, it's a 3.966. So we're going to round up to 4.
Before. That's what actually what I was thinking.
So it's a 4 without the specialty cocktail. Now let's see if when we add up the specialty cocktail in there, 4.1.
4.1. Is that the rounded or?
It's rounded. It's a 4.0, so 4.75. So
Okay.
it's rounded up to 4.1.
So 4.0, 4.1 overall.
Yeah.
I like it. The only other way I would be curious about how this is with Coke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that after this. This may be one we want to revisit later on. Maybe once we get some more whiskeys in the same category.
Yeah, since it is a cheaper bottle, you're not gonna feel bad about mixing it with Coke or some sort of soda.
Mhm.
We'll try it with Coke, see how that goes. But
I think it's
4.0,
gonna be
4.1,
Solid.
solid.
It's
Man,
you know
a lot of these whiskeys score at this range,
at the forward.
the
yes.
4 range. But you know what? That's a common thing for a lot. If you look at reviews out there, a lot of whiskeys are super, super close because, there's a lot of people we all have different taste buds. That's the beauty about it. We all do have our own taste, what we like, what we prefer. But it's still nice to get that overall review, of the whiskeys and
Except for that
perspectives of the whiskey.
yeah.
On that note, what do we feel this is a solid? I'm gonna go back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy. There's other bottles.
Yeah,
of,
I'm interested in what else they have.
George Dickel. They have a bunch of other
They have
different
a lot.
kinds. They have a
I
lot.
saw
How many did you see when
3
you were
or
at the
4
store?
different bottles.
So did I, and I was like, wow, you know what's funny? I never noticed them before.
Yeah.
Like I noticed the name before.
Yeah.
Like when
No,
she said the name, I was like,
recognizable.
oh yeah, I've seen that or I've heard that. I know I've seen the name, but
Yeah.
to see all the different bottles that they had, I was like, oh, there's one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, okay, cool. They got like a variety. So, I can't wait to try the other ones. So yeah.
They're all named like numbers too.
Yeah,
It's like
and-
number 8, number 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a sour mash though that I'm not interested in trying
Why not?
Really?
because we've tried mashes before and we usually hate them.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah. Got it.
We're gonna do it.
Okay. Before we get off, everybody, let me review George Dickel. This is What's Your Whiskey featuring Kelsey.
Yep.
We started it off with a solid 4.0 on neat. Then we moved on to an old fashioned and then we scored that a 4.1. And then we we did On the Rocks. We scored that at a 3.8. And then overall, we settled after we did Kelsey's drink, as I call it. Can you remind us what's the name of that drink?
It's the Cascade Hollow Punch.
Cascade Hollow Punch. I gave it a 4.4. Solid score on that. Overall, for this whiskey, we're sitting around a 4.0, 4.1. Great whiskey. Solid whiskey. It's $22 to $26. So
it just tells you how we feel about this whiskey and how kind of on the same page we are. But this whiskey is just solid all the way around. And
yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And honestly, that's why it's refreshing to, get somebody like, Kelsey on here, different taste buds.
Yes.
I want more of that. I want to be challenged on what I think is good and bad. Because everybody has different taste buds. So it's actually exciting to like, oh wow, really? You thought it was a 4.2. I thought it was a 3.8 or 3.6 or something like that. It's just like, those slight differences of flavors and ingredients, like Kelsey was picking up way more than I could ever pick up or dream to pick up. So
Right.
that was awesome.
It's good to have diversity. I love that you guys do the guests on there, because like you said, even if it's just people that you drink whiskey with every day, or people that you're used to, they're gonna, I mean, I'm sure you guys sit there and talk about it, but you don't sit there and rate it out like this.
Yeah.
Like
No,
specifically.
we
So
don't try to pick out flavors.
yeah.
And how do you feel about how we kind of review it, and not just the one way? Do you think it's beneficial that we review it in all these different ways? for
Yeah, I
people?
mean, every way you drink it, it's a different experience. It's a different drink. So, you can
Yes.
have it neat. And I mean, I know I stayed on the same 4.2 the whole time. I should have started a little bit differently, but I didn't want to like go crazy high with the scores. But yeah, I still think it's a solid whiskey, especially for the price point, but like drinking it neat and drinking it over ice, two totally different experiences.
Totally different.
Yes.
And that's how it is with a
Yes.
lot of whiskeys. It's
Yeah.
completely different. All right. Well, this was a great episode.
Mhm.
Thanks for
I don't know if
being
it
on the episode,
Yeah,
Kelsey.
no,
Yeah.
empty. Hey,